Hello, everybody. This is a special edition of our coffee breaks, talking to people that have a different style of life, the people that live everywhere. The world is their home. I'm here today with Paulina, an influencer from Salty Travels. She's an expert on camper van life. Actually, let's say hi. Hi, Paulina. How are you?
Hi, Gus. Good, thank you. How are you?
Great. Where are you talking from? Where are you right now? I can see a little bit. Show us a little bit of where are you?
Yeah, so country-wise, I'm at the moment in Portugal, and I'm sitting in my RV, in my camper, and that's where we are having this call from.
Cool. Show us a little bit. I think people are curious to see how a camper van looks like from the inside. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's an old RV that we renovated. You see there's
Ah,
a bed in the top, and here's our office with screen, additional screen, and everything.
nice. Where exactly in Portugal are you? Close to which city?
30 minutes north from Lisbon. It's called Ericeira. It's the World Surf Reserve, the only one in Europe.
Wow.
So a lot of digital nomads, a lot of vanlifers as well, a mixed community.
Okay, so Vanlifer is a term.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. Since when are you living this van life or life?
It started around 3 years ago, when I kind of rented my first camper van for a longer amount of time for 3 months and lived in it in Andalusia in Spain. And I think that was the moment when I realized that I would like to have my own van and would like to start living in a van. One of the reasons was also that I started to kite surf, and you need a lot of equipment for that. So it's easier to travel with a van than with a plane. You have way more freedom. Yeah, and then I decided to buy my own car. That's the
Wow.
first car.
That
Yeah.
was kind of an investment, but then you were, I guess you were rent free. You pay no rent, you mortgage free. So most of the ghosts that scare people these days, particularly people that are young. I mean, I'm young as well. Would you mind telling us how old are you?
I'm 30.
You're 30, yeah, so
Yeah.
very young and already living this freedom, free life or nomad life. You said something like that, like nomad. Interesting.
Yes, yes, exactly. So you have this community of digital nomads, but you have also this community of van lifers. And then if you are both, then you are a digital van life nomad, I guess. I don't know.
The combo. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. So digital nomad, what is that exactly? Tell us here.
So a digital nomad is a person that mostly has no specific base, is living and is working remotely and traveling between different countries while doing that.
Okay, so I guess, and I am here just to ask you the questions, but I'm learning about this as we speak. Do you need like a specific, a special parking permit, or how does that work? Are you allowed just to drive and park and that's it? How does the logistics of it work a little bit?
That's a very good question, and it's hard to answer because it depends on the country. So each country has different regulations when it comes to that. Obviously, a lot of people nowadays dream about wild camping, but the problem is that not every country allows it. And then, yeah, there are a lot of gray zones. If an RV is, allowed, and then maybe a normal, I don't know, Citroen jumper, like, a normal truck car is maybe allowed because it's not an RV. So it's very hard to say. So, for example, in my case, or in our case, me and my boyfriends, we sometimes spend some time on campsites where we have more of a stable surrounding with access to water, with a fixed place where we can park the car, which in more intense periods of life, maybe the professional life especially, makes more sense for us. But then obviously having a van is not about staying in one place. So at some moment you're anyways moving somewhere. And then of course you're looking for the best wild spots on the cliffs with ocean view or in the forest or somewhere that you are remote and close to nature.
Very inspiring. I mean, I am here, not that you are interviewing me, but differently from your scenario. I am in my own home studio that I managed to make it look corporate and premium enough, but there is no comparison with what I'm seeing here, which is a bunch of lights and blank in blankets and curtains, but very, very interesting. So you said digital nomad. That means that, I guess, that you are working with digital media, that you are in the digital realm. What is your job? What is your profession? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, so I think in general, the digital nomad term is referring to people like this digital part is referring to people working remotely. So it doesn't have to be like digital media or something with specified to the digital term, but obviously it's remote, so kind of is digital, right? But
Okay.
for example, I am account manager in a translation agency which specializes on outdoor sports. And yeah, we provide translations to different sports brands of their product descriptions, for example. And this is what I can do remotely as well.
Well, yeah, that requires just you, your computer, your language experiences, and what language do you speak, or what are the languages that you are constantly translating from and to?
So I'm Polish. That's why I would always translate into my native language, which is Polish. But at the moment, I'm not translating. We have like a huge team of freelancers, of translators that do this for us. So it's more like managing what other people do and staying in contact with them.
Great, interesting. Now, let's take this conversation to the internet side of things. So, I guess that you have your video calls, your meetings, you upload, you download your files. How does that work for you in so many places? What is your rig? What is that you use?
Yeah, so it's a very important thing to have a very good internet connection because I'm working, as I said, with a lot of different people, and this means yeah, several video calls per day, downloading, uploading files, having undisrupted internet connection is just a must. So is it time for this? Yeah.
Yeah. I would actually say how is my connection for you? Your signal for me here, and I am wired to the internet service provider, is perfect. Not
Yeah.
to say that the whole frame, the whole scene, you are a pretty lady as well, it is very good. I mean, what are you using to generate this signal right now?
So I'm using a mobile hotspot from NETGEAR, the 4G one. I have also an antenna with me here, but it's not connected. So the signal that I have now is enough to have a conversation like we have at the moment. Yeah, and this is basically the setup that we use on an everyday basis with this router. Of course, it depends on the place where we are, how good the signal is. But I have to say, in Portugal, it's almost everywhere pretty amazing.
Very good. So how many devices or what are the devices that are using the internet provided by the mobile hotspot?
So usually we have four. So it's two computers, me and my partners, and two mobile phones that are using the hotspot as well.
Wow, four devices is already something. And I
Yeah.
guess that I believe your boyfriend is also a digital nomad. He also works remotely. So what is
Yeah.
that he does? I'm not interested much, but is it has to do with video calls as well?
So he's a developer. That's why we have this big screen here also, right? To give him the possibility to work. But he's more connecting with his clients or communicating with his clients via his phone, but he has voice over IP, so he's using his internet or our internet also to do normal calls.
Interesting. So let's say two computers full working plus two phones, all of these devices. let's use a term here that sometimes I don't like to use, but like sucking the internet of the mobile hotspots. And how has been your experience with the mobile hotspots so far? Good, decent, bad? Tell us a little bit about
Uh, Very good, I would say, because like all the devices connected is definitely not a problem. It's always working without any issues. So we are actually very happy with this solution. And yeah, as you mentioned, Paulina from Salty Travels. Salty Travels is my blog, right? And I'm also yeah, suggesting every other van lifer to get a NETGEAR mobile hotspot because it's just the one that we always experience to be very trustworthy and very reliable. And especially in the lifestyle that we have, where you have to be able to do your job full time also, from remote places, you need to have a reliable solution. And for us, it's definitely at the moment the NETGEAR router.
Great. Listen, this was not a sponsored video or anything. I just want to say for people watching us that Paulina was very kind to accept my spontaneous invitation to talk a little bit about the mobile hotspot. But now I will take the chance to tell you, Paulina, and everybody here, that the mobile hotspot, not all of them, but a select group of models that are the mobile hotspots by NETGEAR will now, some of them are already, but some more will now be added, we can say it like this, to our total network solution. I'm quite sure that because you just told me that you are on the road, I don't know if you have a house, let's say, I'm not sure, but imagine that you are now working for a company. Okay, a certain company, or you yourself, you build your own company, and then you will have to improve a little bit of the management and the control over your internet and over everything that is there. I'm just telling you because I hope that in your case it never happens. But let's say somebody else parks a camper van next to yours. Theoretically, your internet is exposed. You know, of course, you have your password, you have your SSIDs, everything else, but the signal is exposed. So to have a little bit more control and security on that, we at NETGEAR, we are also adding the mobile hotspots to the total network solution. What is this thing? The total network solution is a long name for a simple concept. It's all your wired and wireless network devices. So maybe your computer could be wired to the mobile hotspot, your smartphone is wireless, or you could have a storage server. I'm quite sure that you do lots and lots of pictures and etc. Maybe you already pay a cloud service, but you could have your own server in your camper van connected to the internet. So anywhere where you are, you can send your pictures and upload to your server. Imagine something a little bit larger and more professional as well. For that, the mobile hotspots will be able to join the total network solution and be managed by a software called Insight. This software is not something that you will install in your computer. It's a cloud-based software. So you will access the software on the cloud, and through the cloud, which gives you even more freedom of geographic freedom, to manage your wired and wireless devices through the cloud. So we'll end this little chat here, but maybe we can do a follow-up in 6 months and see if you have tried anything with Insight. But basically, what I'm also here to tell you, and you can share this with the other digital nomads and camper lifers and van lifers around the world, is that you are not only on holidays. You are working, you are living. So the protection, the security, and not only this, but also the management of how well your network is going today when you are in Lisbon, and then tomorrow you are in Austria, and then maybe you are back in Poland. So adding Insight to your system will also give you almost like a little robot working for you. But this is kind of a homework for you. I would like us to conclude this little chat, and I'll be posting this on our LinkedIn pages and also on YouTube for now. I would like you to give us kind of a testimonial of what happens when your internet goes down. What is the nightmare where you are in the middle of nowhere without access, and then the good part of it when the internet comes? Maybe if you have any story that you want to tell, feel free.
Yeah, I actually do have a story about that. And
Of course.
so we decided at some point that we would like to spend one of our winters on the Canary Islands, and but we needed a ferry for that, obviously. So I was stuck on a ferry for like 36 hours, almost 2 days, and needed to make an appointment for a very important interview for a job, but couldn't do that obviously on the ferry. There is a very weak internet connection. So I scheduled it right after. But this was on Lanzarote, where I thought, okay, we are going to the Canary Islands. The weather will be great. Everything should be fine. The internet will be fine. But then while we were standing at a very remote surf spot next to some mountains, a storm came. And yeah, we just lost then the connection. Somehow it just, while I was having the call with the new company, the internet just cut, and yeah, obviously I didn't get the job because I have reliable connection to be able to impress the future employee. So yeah, that was one of the bad stories that I have to tell.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it for you, Paulina. But you see, life compensates. You didn't get that job, but you got other opportunities, including this one that we're talking today. So for everybody watching this, if you're interested in more about the Vanlifers, digital nomads, Paulina, please leave us here with your contact details and how can people get in touch with you?
Yes, I will be happy to do so. So you can find me on Instagram under salty.travels, or on my website, which is called the same, saltytravels.com.
Great. Thank you, Paulina, for your time. I wish you great success on your journey. Please keep in touch with me. Whenever you are in these different places, naturally using one of our NETGEAR mobile hotspots, then you can send me a nice picture. Let me hear envying you. I'm in this black box and you're in such a nice place. I hope to see you very soon. See ya.
Me
Bye-bye.
too. Bye bye.